Hi everyone, how you guys all doing? My name is Michael Gomez, but you guys already know that, the philosopher. So I got an interesting question from a subscriber. He says, I'm 15 and I live in the UK, the United Kingdom. I'm in my last year of mandatory education and I'm doing okay in my GCSEs, mostly C's all around. I find it hard to study and I tend to procrastinate. There is important exams at the end of January, but everyone is throwing parties and inviting me. What should I do? Should I lose all my friends because I won't go out and stay in and study even though it's difficult? Or should I go out and keep my social life while trying harder to do okay in exams?
Think you should go out less and do more work
Well,
to keep the balance.
before I get to that, I want to answer your question by saying that having a social life is important because you cannot undermine having connections and being able to socialize with people.
Yeah.
Because there are people that they're 24/7 in school, but if you tell them to have a conversation with someone, they won't know how to do it. And they will completely, they'll freeze up. They'll completely suffer in job interviews. They won't know how to work with people. It can be a real mess. So yeah, it is important to have a social life. You're supposed to have one because if you don't have the right connections, I don't care how many hours you're in school. Now, the thing where I have to get at you at, and this is me showing somewhat tough love, you said it yourself, you procrastinate. If you have enough time to bullshit, you have enough time to handle the parties and your schoolwork. Now, I'm from New York City. This is the livest place in the world. And even here, yeah, a lot of students get distracted, but they still have enough time to party and, do their work and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure that on a random Tuesday or Wednesday night, there aren't any parties. Now, the reason why I brought my brother here with me is because he dorms. So, wait, what's crazy? That I just said there aren't any parties on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but yet at his school, there are parties on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So that's kind of awkward. But, so how do you handle that? For example, you're in a college dorm, so there's tons of people throwing parties all the time. So
I mean, sometimes you can get caught up, but what you really have to try to do is you have to dedicate more time to the studying and just go out less. If there's 4 parties going on
same
in
thing
a
I was
week,
gonna say.
you go out 2 times to 2 parties in that week instead of going to the 4 parties, and then you could balance everything out, have fun, keep on your social life, and everything will be fine.
And I was just about to get into that. So definitely time management is something he needs to work on. It's all about time management.
He has to choose whatever he wants to like which parties he wants to attend. Then take out this his time aside to literally study, and he should be fine. It's just time management.
Okay, yeah, that's great. But I will tell you the worst thing you can possibly do. Do not just go out of nowhere and just cut your friends off. That is the worst thing you can possibly do. I feel that.
I mean, regardless, his grades is he's in school because
he said his grades are around the C average.
I mean, exactly. So if his grades is around the C average, he has to really buckle down right now. And because at the end of the day, you're in school to get a degree and become somebody. So you can't take that for granted because you're literally paying your money for that shit. So you got to make sure that you finish your main priority and then everything else comes afterwards. So don't stress the parties as much as your schoolwork. That's what I'm saying. Stress your schoolwork more, finish it, or balance everything out and have somewhat of a social life, but just don't go crazy and just go to all parties that's going on, and then you think everything is gonna get done and you're gonna do well. It's not gonna happen.
No, what I'm trying to say is he shouldn't take the route of just stop calling his friends and boom, that's it. Go over there. You know what I mean?
No,
definitely don't do that. You can definitely do it and help them understand. You know what I mean?
He can balance things out.
So I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, you can always message me. It's okay. But I answered your question, so now I only ask one favor from you. You just gotta promote this video. That's all. Promote this video to all your friends, and help my channel grow. See you, homie.